Good afternoon, my dear students of grade 9. And this is Sarita Seni, ma'am. So I'm here to discuss economics half yearly examination answer key. So here I am. So I just want to start with that. You people are now quite relaxed after your exam. So you're done with the exam. So I hope your tension is released now. So after this, I'm here to discuss the answers with you. So if you are able to score good after matching your answers with the answer key, so then it is good. Otherwise, if you're not scoring this time good, so you have to hope for the next time best so that you are able to move with quite good efforts in future. So this I can say. So failures also teach you many things. So don't feel like you're not able to score good in this exam. So you have even the chance to score good in other exams. So upcoming exams are also there. So keep yourself relaxed. I can say this. So we will start with the discussion of your answer key. Fine. So let's start. So here I am. So we will discuss subject is economics and topic is half yearly examination answer key. So this is grade 9. So my name is Miss Sarita Seni, as I already told you. So you know me very well. So we will discuss the questions of economics. So in MCQs, we have question number 36 to 50, that is of 1 mark each. So that is of economics. Then we have long answer question. So it might be question number 56 or 55. So link number 4 is for your economics. So one question that will be for 5 marks, that is there in the question paper for economics. So we will discuss about all these questions now. So let's see what we have in the next slide. So here comes the link one, and we are discussing the MCQs for half yearly examination of grade 9 economics. So first question, that is 36 question number. So which of the following is grown in the rainy season? So I told you already that RK Narayanan and Jazzy B. I've just given you the chunks. So the answer is, what is the answer? So here we have four options, Jawar and Bajra. B is wheat, and another one is soya bean. So D is rice. So the right option is, I know, Jazzy B, I told you. So Jawar and Bajra is the right answer. So next thing is 37th question. So money in hand is an example of. So we have already done factors of production. So in that, human capital, fixed capital, working capital, and your physical capital. So all are the types of capital, but money in hand is the type of working capital. So it is kind of like money that we required for doing our operations, keep on doing our operations of the business. So that is your answer. Now let's move to the next slide and the answer for 38 questions. So let's discuss. So here is the 38th question. So which area in India has a low level of irrigation? So this we have already discussed: Deccan Plateau region, coastal regions, riverine plains, and both A and B. So your right answer is Deccan Plateau. So that is A option. So that is the correct answer. So we have already discussed this thing. Fine. Next question is 39. So modern farming methods were tried in India for the first time in, there were few states. So they have mentioned three states. So Punjab, Western Uttar Pradesh, Haryana. So all of these is the correct answer. So D option is your right answer. Fine. So now let's move to the next slides. So here comes your 40th question. So in that 40th question is, a farmer who works on a piece of 1 hectare of land is treated as a medium farmer, small farmer, large farmer, or none of these. So your right answer is small farmer. We have done three types of farmers. Yes, the first one we have done, that is the small farmer. Okay. And another one was a medium farmer, then is larger farmer. So here is the right answer is your small farmer. So जिसके पास सिर्फ 1 hectare की land है, that person is only small farmer. ठीक है. So next is 41st question. So what is done to surplus wheat in Palampur? So what they were doing with the surplus wheat? So I already told you this thing. So they were selling that into the market. Second option is destroyed. Third option is stock by self. Then D option is given in charity. So what they were doing, they were selling it into the market. So they were selling it into the market, sold to the market. Fine, so that was the right answer. Next is question number 42nd. So let's discuss the answer for that and question for that. So here is the 42nd question. So people of Palampur sell milk in the nearby large village named. So what was the name of the nearby large village? So I already told you that is they have just mentioned few villages that is not even existing. So they have mentioned first village. A option is Pitampura. So there was no place. Pitampura that is mentioned in the story of village Palampur. Then is Siliguri that is also not mentioned. Then C is Shahpur. Shahpur was a town. So they specifically just asked for the village. So answer is Raiganj. So D option is your right answer. So next is, why do the farmers of Palampur follow multiple cropping? So why they were following all these things? So choose the correct option from this. So there are four options. The first option is because of the water consumption is less in this method. So there is nothing mentioned like that. Multiple cropping is nothing to do with the water. So that is not the correct option. B is because this method consumes less chemical fertilizers. So again, this is not mentioned anywhere in the book. Then C option is because this method does not require fertile soils. So again, I don't feel this is the correct answer because we never learned about this in your book. Fine. Now the last option is because this method is the most common way of increasing production. So in multiple cropping, we are growing two or three crops simultaneously. More than one crop we are growing simultaneously in the same field. So that is the correct answer for this. Now we are going to discuss about the question number 44th. So here is the 44th question. So what is self-consumption called? So what is self-consumption? So non-production activity they told us. The first option is that non-market activity. So non-market activity, I guess that is the right answer. Both of these, no, that is not the correct answer. None of these even. No, the correct answer is your B, non-market activity. Self consumption means अपने लिए यूज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. So non-market is हम लोग मार्केट में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, अपने लिए कर रहे हैं, तो obviously that is non-market activity. So that is your answer. This is the tricky one. So I feel if you studied well, so आप आराम से कर लोगे. Next thing is 45th question. Infant mortality rate refers to the death of a child under the age of. So infant, I told you, the child who is 1 year of age, who is below 1 year of age. So the nearest answer is 1 year. Tick. So I guess that is right. Now the next thing is B option. 3 years, no, that is not correct. Even 2 years and 4 years, that is not the correct answer. So infant is just the baby who is below 1 year of age. So 1 year is the nearby answer and that is the correct one. So your option A is your right answer. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 46. So here is the 46th question. So you can see here the persons who are not working by their own will, on willingness, so is covered under. First option is seasonal unemployment, so that is not the correct answer. Next is disguised unemployment. अपनी willingness के साथ तो disguise का कुछ लेना देना नहीं होता. Seasonal में भी कुछ महीने के लिए हम लोग unemployed होते हैं. Third one is educated unemployment. So again, educated unemployment is when you are not able to get the job according to your education. So last option is none of these. So that is the correct one. Fine. So that is the correct one option for this. Next is 47th question. Forestry and dairy are related to which? So forestry and dairy is the part of which sector? So first is primary sector. So that is the correct answer. Tertiary sector में services आती है. Secondary में manufacturing and all आता है. Fine. Processing industries and all आता है. So last wala, all of these, that is not the correct answer. So answer, the option A is your correct answer. Now let's move to the question number 48. So here is the 48th question. So what is the expanded form? So what is the expanded form of PHC? So your answer is Public Health Club. First option is that. Second is Private Health Club. And third option is Primary Health Center. So this is the correct one. I already told you, my dear student. So आपको ये answer बड़े अच्छे से पता होगा. I know you people are my rock stars and you are going to rock in this question. So your answer is C option. Now the 49th question. The number of females per thousand females refers to. So it is the sex ratio. मेल और फीमेल की सेक्स रेशो होती है, ठीक है. So that is the correct answer. Rest all literacy rate, infant mortality rate, birth rate are not the correct options. So option A is the right answer. Now let's move to the next thing. So here is the last question, 50th question. So they just mentioned few of the non-market activities. So we have to just find out the right answer. So choose the non-market activities. Vilas sells fish in the village market. So this is market activity. Market में जा रहा है, market में जाके वो fish बेच रहा है. ठीक है. Next is Vilas cooks food for his family. So this is totally nothing to do with the market. So it is no market activity. Next is Suckle works in private firm. So this is market. The firm is a market for Suckle. Now, next option is fourth. Suckle looks after his younger brother and sister. So again, there is nothing that will be paid in this and he need not to go anywhere. So second and the fourth is the right answer. So from the options that second and fourth is in the D option. So D option is your right one. So I guess now your MCQs are clear. So I hope you are able to score good in this. And now we are moving to the last question that was for 5 marks. So long answer type question. So let's talk about that now. Now, here we have the last question for your economics. So as you can see here, so in the link 4, I told you the question number might be 55th or 56th question. So for economics, the question is explain briefly the factors of production. So which is the best among all? So your answer is goods and services we use are made available to us through production. So production, for the production purpose, we need something. So there are four things that we need always. So we call that as factors of production. So the first thing is land, second is labor, third is physical capital, and the fourth one is human capital. Now the first option is first land. So we talk about the first requirement, first production factor. So that is land. So land is a production factor, also includes other natural resources like water, forest, and minerals found in the earth's crust. So if we talk about all these things, that is the first factor of production. Okay, so that is land. Now the second requirement for production is labor or workforce. So in this, I already told you there are two categories, skilled as well as unskilled labor. So skilled is somebody who is educated. So you can explain with that even. Okay, so these are the people who do not do the different tasks involved in production. So they are all just performing few tasks, and without that production of goods and services, that won't be possible. Next thing is third option. Now the third requirement and factor of production is the inputs required for the different stages of production. So those inputs we call it as physical capital or simply the capital. So this why we call this as physical capital, because this we can touch, we can feel, we can even even see. Fine. So we call that as a physical capital. Now further, physical capital is divided into two parts, that is working capital as well as fixed capital. Working capital, during our operations of business, we need some of the things like raw materials, money in hand, money in pocket also we can say. Fine. So we call that is your production. That is your working capital under physical capital. So that we require. Fine. Now the next thing is that is fixed capital. So land, building, machinery, so all the things that we make it. ठीक है, जो परमानेंट रहती है, काफी टाइम तक हम लोग यूज करते हैं. ठीक है, तो वी कॉल उसके ऊपर पैसा काफी स्पेंड किया हम लोगों ने, तो वी कॉल दैट एज योर physical capital part, and that is a fixed capital under physical capital. Now the last, not the least one, the most important factor here is the entrepreneur. So we call it as entrepreneur. ठीक है? So who is willing to take a risk his capital to start a production activity. अब initial period पे जो बंदा सबसे ज़्यादा risk ले रहा है, that person we call it as entrepreneur. Fine. So entrepreneur is the most important factor of production because it makes other factor work. So let's now talk about this in detail. So which is the best among all? So why it is best among all? So let's see in the next slide. So physical capital includes machines, tool, and all. They have mentioned these things. Money, raw material. I already told you these things. So we are done with this. Fixed capital and then working capital. That also I told you. Fine. So all these things we are done. Now we have to talk about human capital. We have to talk about the human capital, that is entrepreneur. So that is the word for human capital, is a person who carries the risk of business and coordinates the activities of all other factors of production. So other three factors of production सबको manage करने का काम कौन करता है? That is the entrepreneur. So out of all four factors of production, human capital is considered as the best among all the resources. This is because क्यों है? It makes use of other resources like land, labor, and physical capital to produce an output, while the other resources cannot become useful on their own. And the most active factor of production is the human capital. So I hope you people are, if you're not able to perform well in this exam, so I know the purpose of sharing this answer key is how you have to attempt your paper for the next time. So my dear students, I can see you're able to do all in a proper way. ठीक है? So I feel many of the students have attempted this answer like this. Fine. So some of them they have already made the flow chart even. मैंने नहीं बनाया, आपके पास already है. So I feel कि आप लोग वो use किया होगा आप लोगों ने. So in the end, I would say thank you. I would say thank you. So I can say if you scored well, then it is all good. If you have not scored well this time, so prepare for next time and better luck for the next time. Fine. So thank you so much. God bless you all, my dear students. So I hope you people are able to understand all the answers well. So thank you so much. God bless you all.